guys. Welcome back.
Sorry. I like one like this. Did you see me?
No.
Right.
Anyways, okay, we're just going to keep going. So, today we are here to do a fun video of this is going to be a Sarah J. Maas universe unpopular opinions. So, I'm just going to start off by saying there's going to be massive spoilers of all three universes. So please, if you have not read ACOTAR, if you have not read Throne of Glass, if you have not read Crescent City, and you don't want them to be spoiled, please don't watch this video. And I mean all the way through, not just the first book of each. Like, we are going to be spoiling major plot points throughout the whole series. So, now that I've said that,
we will not be holding back.
For the rest of the people who are still here, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. We're very excited.
Let's go.
I have cultivated a list of who knows how many, to be honest. I didn't know how many to do because I didn't know how long each one would take us. So we'll just see how this goes. And Abby has no clue what the unpopular opinions are. Okay.
I'm so excited.
So, number one.
What is it?
The side characters and their relationships are way more interesting than the ones we are supposed to care about. Example, Rune and Lydia, Manon and Dorian, Nesta and Cassian, which is now a main character technically because they did get their own book, so I don't count them. Elide and Lorcan, and Asriel and Elaine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asriel and Elaine is
the
not...
assumption there was already, I thought the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Initial thoughts. No.
No.
Do not disrespect.
Y'all hear that?
Aelin and Rowan. Or Feyre and Rhysand.
Agreed.
Or who's the other one? You can disrespect Bryson. Sorry.
All right. Already starting it off hot. That's a hot take in and of itself.
Okay. Yes and no. Because I am very attached to side characters and their relationships. But I don't necessarily think that the main relationship isn't, like, I care a lot.
Yeah.
Like, where is my wife? Like, that killed me.
You're right. I did see the hesitation when I said Elide and Lorcan, though.
Yeah. Well,
you said yeah.
Correct. I do care about them a lot more than I should, probably.
All right. Well, I feel like the one that actually got me the most was surprising, but it was Rune and Lydia.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much I loved Rune and Lydia and actually how much they carried the series for me.
They carried the last book for sure.
For sure. Like, their character arc through the whole series literally was
yes,
kind of insane.
And a single mom with 2 jobs just took that whole book.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So I this one's already hard for me. We're already starting it off hard because okay,
Aelin and Rowan
are the one that hold me back from agreeing with this.
Yes, because don't get me wrong, I love Feyre and Rhysand. I'll get it right. Bear with me, guys.
She'll do that a lot throughout this video.
But it goes back to seeing them in other people's perspectives that makes me care less about them.
I agree.
But
I don't.
Their books,
I love them.
Yes,
and it's the series honestly, that gets you started into Sarah J. Maas. I mean, it's
yes. I feel like for ACOTAR specifically, I care most about Feyre and Rhysand's point of view and their relationship as opposed to other ones, other than Nesta and Cassian.
Yeah,
but they get their own book, and they're not having a relationship in the first 3 books.
True,
they don't. I'm like, who else?
And they are the only one I know.
Other than Amryn and her dude,
and then Moore doesn't really have much of a
she's
of
gay.
An arc.
She's waiting for her woman.
I know, but not till the very end of the series. They don't even say that till the 3rd book. Correct. So you don't even know that. I really feel like there's
No.
What? Elaine and her human fiance that she doesn't even end up with? Like, it's just hard in that series. But like then TOG, when we do get other people's point of views, which major spoilers coming ahead, there was already spoilers, but even bigger ones, not only from Cassian and Nesta's point of view, but Bryce's point of view when she goes to Prythian. I kind of hated Rhysand. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, man, who is this High Lord? Because he's not mine.
We only love him through Feyre's point of view. Because other than that, he's just being a High Lord, like, maniacal ruler, in my opinion.
I know.
But, like, I also get it.
He kind of gives, like,
a little bit, though, from his point of view.
Like, I do get it. He's trying to protect his kingdom, but, like, Asriel wasn't acting like that.
Yeah.
Even Nesta wasn't acting like that. And Nesta's Nesta. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So, like, yes and no to that question.
Anyways, okay.
But, like, Aelin and Rowan, come on.
They're like OGs. I'm sorry, but Aelin and Rowan, I just can't. Ugh. I can't agree for Aelin and Rowan. So,
yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna agree that we don't agree with that. Although there are some good arguments for that. Okay, next one. I am definitely on Team Amren should have stayed dead, but I also think Nyx should have stayed dead.
The baby?
That's what they said.
The child?
That's what they said.
Okay, yes, no. I love Amren. Don't get me wrong. I love how, that all went down. But this is what Sarah J. Maas, happy ending girly. We know that.
We know that.
We love that. I love that to a point. I don't know how you feel. But I love that to a point where I need people to die. Just like in Throne of Glass. People dying. Sam, Nehemia, the 13. Sorry, I'm spoiling, so.
Yeah, spoilers.
Gabrielle. Like, yeah, none of them are necessarily, like, main characters, but they're still people I really cared about, and it actually made me feel something. And then you get the Archeron sisters' dad dying.
Yeah.
In ACOTAR.
Period.
And, like, yeah. Feyre dies in the first book, gets brought back. Okay, cool.
Okay, Rhysand dies in the third book, gets brought back. The bond also, quote unquote, breaks. Then it wasn't the bond.
Yes.
I feel like she toyed with our emotions a lot there. And none of it was real.
Yes.
It actually led me, because I read ACOTAR first. It led me to have, like, an impression when reading Throne of Glass that, like, all of the things that she was saying were happening wasn't going to be real. Like, talking about Sam dying, or, like, things that that she, like, leads us to believe in the first couple books. I was like, no, that's not going to be real. And then I read The Assassin's Blade, and I was like, oh, dang, she got me good. She got me good. Knife to the heart, man.
Literally. So, yes, I think Amren should have stayed dead because she is my least favorite inner circle person.
But,
barring, like, more.
I feel like, I was actually going to say, I think more is my least favorite, like, and then Amren.
They're just, like, I love them, but if someone had to die.
But I also could see, like, Amren knows a lot. Like, she's a really big historical type figure in this book, in these books. And so I feel like it kind of makes sense to me why Sarah felt like she couldn't kill her off.
She has too much potential.
Because she has way too much potential.
I need to reread it because I don't really remember the, like, description of, like, what she is and where she comes from and all of that.
Yeah.
And what that has to do with, like, everything. But she's definitely connected in some way, I feel like, to, like, the Asteri and, like, all of that. Like, more than what has been let on.
Yeah.
So I feel like she didn't want to cut her off.
Yeah.
Like, her story off too soon. But she can't keep killing people and bringing them back. It, like, lessens the blow.
It does.
You just have to be more selective on who you kill. Like, with the newest CC book. Bryce we're having the worst battle in all of her books. No one dies except for our main character, and she gets brought back. No, kill her off.
Kill someone off.
Someone. Like Therian almost dies. Okay, then kill Therian. Like, kill someone. Like, I love these characters.
Actually, she technically did kill someone.
Who?
You're forgetting Jessica.
That is correct. Jessica did die, but yeah.
Which I also wasn't expecting to really happen.
Expecting that.
No, like I wasn't expecting it to stay.
Lahaba.
Lahaba hit hard. Okay, the first book doesn't count because the first 100 pages were like
a bunch of people, but we weren't really connected.
But that wasn't the same. No. They were like part of the plot to be killed.
Yes, but Lahaba died in the first book. We still have 2 other big beefy books where no one dies except for Jessica.
True.
I like Jessica, but not to the extent where
it hurt that much when she died. Like I was more upset,
but
when Lahaba died.
Yeah.
Dude, correct. When Lahaba died, I
sobbed.
Yeah, I cried.
Like, visceral,
I definitely cried. Ooh, Sam got me the hardest.
Yes.
Sam got me the hardest. Sam and Where's My Wife?
Oh.
That's why Throne of Glass will just forever be my number one. I'm sorry.
Same.
It just will.
And like the 13's sacrifice.
The 13th sacrifice like brought tears to my eyes, but definitely didn't like break my heart.
Dying that got me.
That's
because
fair.
She's who we knew her backstory, we know her like unclean stuff and all of that, and who she was to Manon. We don't really know the rest of the 13. That's why I'm petitioning right now for Sarah J. Maas, if you're listening.
Which she's not.
She is. Give me a 13 novella.
That would be awesome.
Wait, there's so much untapped potential right there. Like trips and stuff that bring them back, I guess, because that's your MO. Love you though, please.
No, don't bring them back. But do give us a novella because that would be amazing. Another like Assassin's Blade style,
with
like
all of the girlies going on trips, killing.
I would love that. I would love that. I would love that.
Okay,
you heard it first here, folks. Okay, we're only 2 questions in, guys. We're gonna need a part 2. So number 3 is not sure how unpopular this is, but I'm so tired of they are so hot but so evil, evilest person to ever evil. Oh wait, no, they're good, just the goodest person, the most self-sacrificial good person. It happened 3 times in Crescent City too. Ugh. Now,
what are we talking about here?
I don't know who they're talking about here exactly in Crescent City 2.
Lydia.
Other than Lydia. But I can't, like, who are the other 2 that were, like, the most evil person? Like, guys, are we stupid here? Why are we struggling?
See, the second book is like a blur to me every time I reread it. Lydia, definitely.
I've got CC3 on the mind more than CC2.
What happened?
But I will say, obviously, there's some obviouses here, and one of them is our High Lord Rhysand. He was obviously in book 1 like the villain
and book
the
2,
villain,
the first part of it.
Yes, and the first part of book 2, and then all of a sudden it's like Sarah J. Maas does this voodoo magic and everybody's obsessed with him, which I do understand the frustration. Like, I think this is the first one that I agree with. But I love enemies to lovers. I love enemies to lovers. Don't get me wrong. But
and honestly,
too much.
I love morally great characters too. Like, I love when they've done stuff that makes them bad, but that we.
But then don't play them off to be like the best of the best.
Yes, like I feel like Aelin kind of like can fit into that category because she's killed people. She is an assassin.
She's an assassin.
She's literally
the world's most famous assassin.
Notorious, I think. Is it infamous?
Yeah.
One of those words is what they used to describe her.
One of those words.
Yes. And I just saw a reel, LOL, about like Kale, and like it was like the shocked cat when Selena actually kills people even though she is an assassin and is the king's assassin.
In Crown of Midnight.
He's shocked. It's like, you actually killed a
seriously.
person?
In Crown of Midnight, when all of a sudden she's won the
King's champion,
and she is now the champion, and she's like doing his bidding, which she's not even. She's literally pretending to, but she did have to kill people.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Chaos like, not my Selena. Oh my gosh, you kill people. Like, yes, she's an assassin. What did you expect? Anyways, we keep getting like way off topic of these questions. But that one is the first one that I do agree with. I feel like, yes, I love Rhysand. Don't get me wrong.
180 of,
but it is like
person. But actually, they're amazing.
You're telling me he's the worst of the worst. He's like doing all these things that like Feyre just hates his guts. He's like terrible. And then all of a sudden we're mates and we absolutely love and adore him.
Mm-hmm.
And not only does she just love and adore him, even though he's done wrong, it's that he's twisted to be like one of the best people in Prythian.
Mm-hmm. With Valaris.
Not arguing that I don't love him. I just want that to be clear. We do love him. We do love him.
Our High Lord.
He is our High Lord. He is.
Yes.
But I do agree with this, that I am like getting a little bit sick of the wishy-washy, we love them, we hate them kind of thing. Okay. Next one. House of Sky and Breath was a bridge book connecting two series together, and they only really make sense if you read them back to back. House of Earth and Blood felt like a completely different story than what goes on in House of Sky and Breath. It was just weird. I also kind of agree.
Because I love Crescent City 1.
Yeah, me too.
CC1. Gorgeous. Fun fact, originally hated it. Well, that's not true. I didn't like it.
You strongly disliked it the first time you read it.
Because it's not like any of our other series. I've been in this for a long time.
Yeah.
Since I was 16 reading these.
Yep.
And like it was just so different. And I just didn't like it. But it still like got me though. And then when I reread it, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's the greatest book.
It was more that your expectations were
yes.
completely different than what the book actually was.
I was expecting a lot different. I just wasn't expecting like that kind of world, any of that. But the second time I read it, I absolutely loved it. And it's like pretty much a perfect book to me, where she like makes you love these characters, kills them, murder mystery, forced proximity, you know, they have to work together, there's magic, like
real world
secret,
but also high fantasy.
Yep.
Like, how did she somehow blur the lines between high fantasy and urban?
Yes.
In a way that like I've never seen an author do before, where it was like
so good. And where it wasn't weird when she's like talking about her phone or cameras.
Yeah.
You know, or doing drugs in a nightclub. Like, but like, it was just so good. And I love how she like did the horn in the back tattoo thing. Like, I thought that was really cool.
That is cool.
And like all the light and like her making the drop, like the whole
I also
end
love that it was like a murder mystery, thriller type, like fantasy, like it's like a almost like techno fantasy vibes, like where it's like city vibes and like lights and clubs and like phones and cameras and
like
computers,
studio, like apartment, like
house like
stuff.
Just really, really cool what she did there. But
and so I do kind of agree that it doesn't really connect to the second book.
The second book did feel very like
again, I can't even remember what happens other than the end.
Yeah. And you know, the funny part is when I was rereading it, it was all like like I finished it and I was like I was like, oh, I forgot that this and this happened. And then like weeks later, I'm like, wait, remember. What happened again?
No, I just remember.
Like, I don't.
It's kind of crazy. So kind of crazy. Sophie and the boy, like the Thunderbird stuff, and
Sophie Renast.
Yes, and like his name was not Callum.
I literally
Cormac.
Yeah.
He like and his stuff, and then the Agent Day and Night stuff,
which I did love.
Yeah, which
loved that part.
Yeah, that was really good. And then
loved that
the ball.
Oh yeah, that was all good.
Yeah,
were they almost?
But
he's like, whoo!
Like I do love the book. I just can never remember it until like I can only remember the end when Rysand's saying hello, I'm Rysand.
Or when Asriel's landing and speaking in a whole different language, and you're like, I was describing that scene to my mom, who has read all of ACOTAR but not Crescent City and doesn't plan to read Crescent City, and I was like, Mom,
really?
Yeah, she doesn't plan to read it. She doesn't really have an interest.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
And I was like, okay, well, can I spoil it? And she was like, yes, please do. And I was like, there's this part, and I'm like kind of giving the general overall description of the whole first book and then like just a tidbit of the second book. And I was like, and then all of a sudden she lands in this world, and this man with wings lands on the grass, and he's got a blue stone. And I was like, I know my Bat Boys. And my mom literally still to this day quotes that. I know my Bat Boys. We know our Bat Boys. And that scene,
literally, to this day,
I got chills from literal head to toe. I like nearly threw the book, but also couldn't stop reading all at the same time. So I was like freaking out. Best reading moment I've ever experienced in my life. So I will say I love them.
Yes.
I love the series. I love one. I love two. But I agree that the second book did kind of feel like
just filler.
It was filler to get to the end where she was
with the inner circle
in Prithian, basically. So yeah, we'll probably do about one more, and then we can do a part 2. Okay. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna end off with a banger.
Ooh.
I love Aelin, but
don't even.
Manan was main character energy, and she is my queen.
No. Yes, but no. Like, love Manan. Yes, she is a queen.
Yes, love Manan. Her
personality is very
queen
similar.
Vibes.
Yeah,
similar to Aelin. That's why they almost tore each other's throats out.
Yes, but in no way will she ever
replace Aelin.
Lillian Gordina, Alien, Ash River, Aelin,
Ash River, Galathinius, Whitethorn.
Whitethorn.
It's actually Whitethorn. Yeah, Whitethorn, Galathinius.
In what world? In what world where Miss Girl comes in like 3 books in? No.
Hey.
She does not really scheme or plot very well either.
That's true.
No one can beat Aelin in her scheming.
No one.
And like not telling anyone about it either.
Literally.
And just letting it unfold.
Not even Farah compares to the way Aelin would scheme.
So like, I love Manan. But over Aelin?
I also do not agree. I'm sorry, but Aelin is my first and foremost main character, like favorite main character. I'm sorry, but TOG all the way. TOG is my favorite of the 3 series. Aelin is my favorite of the main characters. Rowan is, if not my first favorite male main character, then literal like top 2, top 3. And he's got to be competing with like which technically Asriel's not a main character yet.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to be.
Yeah.
But he's not yet.
Rowan
competing with like one of the bad boys for me.
Yeah, same.
Like,
As for you, Cass for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like Rowan's like right there with, they're like neck and neck. Like I love, but Rowan and Aelin together, like number one.
And like, okay.
Top fave.
Aelin has the most character development over all of her characters, in my opinion.
I agree.
From when...
But that's because we get the most amount of years with her, technically.
Well, books, not years. It's only like 1
but
year,
from
isn't it?
No. From Assassin's Blade all the way to Kingdom of Ash.
Yeah.
Because Assassin's Blade, she's like 16, and I think Kingdom of Ash, she's like 21, 20. She's at least
I'm pretty sure
20.
in Throne of Glass, she's 19.
She's 18. And she turns 19.
Oh.
So.
Okay, yeah, I see that. But even still, like, that's main character energy for me.
It is.
Manon does have character development.
For sure.
But she's still cold-hearted. Like, she has her soft spots for her 13.
Okay,
her dragon,
but Manon, no wonder that's one of my favorite series. I feel like the characters who, like, are morally gray are just morally gray. Like, we can still love them.
Yeah, but they are.
But they are just morally gray. Like, I would not say, in the end, Manon is, like, a good person. Like, she's still cold and basically evil. Like, just because she helped the good guys doesn't make her a good person.
Yeah, that's the same way I feel about the Princes of Hell.
Just because they help the good guys doesn't mean they're good people. But we're going to finish it off with that banger.
I can't believe they said that. I want to fight whoever wrote that question. one last point.
I knew that one would occur.
Heir of Fire. When you read that book for the first time, when Manon shows up, you're like, get this person out of this book.
Exactly.
You have no interest.
Exactly.
And you're like either skipping chapters, which I don't like, or like trudging along, trying to get through her chapters.
Almost putting yourself in a slump to get through some of those middle chapters.
Do not slander my queen. Do not talk about my queen that way. I'm channeling Az right now, talking about Pharaoh when Tamlin starts mouthing off. No.
Don't talk to my queen that way. Don't talk about my queen that way. Yeah. So. Aelin forever. Sorry. Forever. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. And please come back for part 2 because we have a whole lot more questions than that.
And I can talk for ages.
And we can talk forever. So thank you for coming and watching. Please subscribe and come back for the next video. Bye.